Parents need options to serve the unique needs of their children. Providing school choice, which is basically just giving families options of where they can get a great education for their kid. It shouldn't be so controversial, but it is. And it's not controversial because of families having the choice. It's usually controversial for what it means for the school that no longer has the privilege of educating that child. It's competition.
There are lots of reasons kids might need school choice. Every kid learns differently. Maybe your kid has special needs and your zone public school doesn't provide for that. Maybe the classroom setting just isn't a good fit for one kid, but it is for another. Or maybe your kid is an exceptional learner and needs new challenges and things like AP or dual enrollment.
I had my first son in 2013, and then here it is, it comes time for him to go to kindergarten, and I hear all about this new school coming, Basis Baton Rouge. After I've lived in Gonzales for 8 years, I asked my husband, and I'm like, how do you feel about moving back to Baton Rouge?
Basis is the highest performing system of charter schools across the entire country. If you're able to raise the expectations, students will rise to those expectations.
Having my kids take engineering in kindergarten and first grade, my son, he's doing adding and subtracting in Mandarin. Those classes bring things out of your kids that you would never even know was in there.
We get to create, we get to innovate. If we become a pace setter for what's possible in public education, we help to rise the tide for other schools across Baton Rouge, across Louisiana, across the US.
A lot of times these options exist in urban environments, but they don't exist in rural Louisiana. And for the families who live there, who only have one choice when it comes to their kids' education, they shouldn't have to move to Baton Rouge or New Orleans. They ought to be able to find something that works for them in their community.
This is my daughter, Sierra. She's 15. She was diagnosed with ADD and dysgraphia in 3rd grade. She did good up until she hit high school. She could not pay attention. She could not concentrate. I heard about HB 194 by Representative Rhonda Butler, and I wrote a speech, and I left work that day and I drove to the Capitol. And I was determined that I was gonna speak. I didn't have any options. It was my last option to get her help. My oldest daughter, Sierra, she struggled. I have helped her as much as I possibly could. Between her 8th and 9th grade year, we find out not only was she sexually assaulted,
Just take your time. We're all right.
but she was bullied. After 3 psychiatric hospital stays, multiple trips to the emergency room, suicide attempts, and failing the first semester of 9th grade, she has been diagnosed with severe PTSD, anxiety, depression, ADD, social anxiety, and OCD. It shouldn't have gotten to this point. Funding, education, mental health, they have the final say-so over everything. Everything. I am begging for the approval of this bill for funding that will allow education options for our children that cannot function or succeed academically, socially, or mentally in the public school system. Our children should come first.
Our goal is for every family in Louisiana to be able to choose the educational environment or school that best works for their kids' unique needs. And our goal is to have that for every family in Louisiana by 2025, whether it's homeschool, whether it's charter schools, a micropod, learning pods, education savings accounts.
What that means is disruption in the system, using innovation to drive change and make sure we give choices to every family and every kid.
Every kid should have the options in their area where they live to have a school that fits their needs.
If you have competition, all boats rise. Everyone gets better.
Our children are supposed to come first. Their education, their mental health, their well-being, their safety are all supposed to come first. As a parent, you're going to feel alone, but you're not. There's people that support you. There's people that are going to help you. There's people that care about you and your daughter. You're never alone.
What we know is we can do better. We need more parents to show up at the Capitol like Shannon. We need more people to come make their voices heard. We need more people to make sure their legislators and their neighbors know school choice is critically important to the future of Louisiana.